Hey everyone, welcome back to Haunting Happenings. Today, we have a spine-chilling story that will surely leave you questioning the world around you. Before we dive into the tale, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Now, dim the lights, get cozy, and prepare for the terror that lurks in the shadows of our very own backyard. This is the shadow within the woods. It was a cold, rainy night when it happened. The wind howled as it tore through the trees, the rain beating down on the roof like an army of tiny, angry drummers. I was sitting in my living room trying to lose myself in a book when I heard the crash. It came from the woods behind my house, a deafening sound that shook me to my core. As I peered out my back window, I saw a bright light emanating from the depths of the forest. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. An ominous feeling gripped me, but curiosity got the best of me, and I knew I needed to investigate. I grabbed my flashlight, put on my raincoat, and ventured out into the storm. The wind pushed against me as if trying to keep me away from the woods, but I persisted. The rain was relentless, soaking me to the bone, but I pressed on, determined to uncover the source of the light and the crash. As I reached the edge of the forest, I hesitated for a moment, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. Taking a deep breath, I stepped into the darkness, my flashlight barely piercing the shadows. The trees around me seemed to close in, their twisted branches reaching out like gnarled hands. The further I ventured into the woods, the more disoriented I became. The light I'd seen from my window was nowhere to be found, and the crash had faded into a distant memory. Panic began to set in as I realized I had no idea how to get back home. Suddenly, I stumbled upon a small clearing. In the center, a massive black object lay half buried in the mud. Its surface was smooth, devoid of any markings or seams. It emitted a faint hum, vibrating the ground beneath it. I couldn't believe my eyes. It appeared to be some kind of spacecraft. As I approached the object, a sense of unease washed over me. The air around it was thick with an eerie energy, and I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, but I couldn't look away. I was drawn to it almost as if it was calling out to me. As I reached out to touch it, the object began to emit a high-pitched whine. The ground shook violently, and the trees around the clearing seemed to sway and twist as if they were alive. Suddenly, the object split open, revealing a dark, gaping hole. I took a step back, horrified by what I was witnessing. The darkness within the hole seemed to pulsate, growing larger and more menacing by the second. A deep, guttural growl emanated from the void, and I could feel the ground beneath me tremble with fear. Without warning, a long, twisted shadow burst forth from the hole, its form shifting and contorting as it reached for me. I turned to run, but the darkness was quick, wrapping itself around me like a suffocating blanket. As I struggled against the darkness, I realized that it wasn't just a physical presence. It was an entity, a malevolent force that sought to consume me. It whispered to me, its voice cold and sinister, filling my head with horrifying images of death and despair. I could feel it burrowing into my mind, feasting on my fear and growing stronger with every passing second. I knew I had to fight back, to escape the grasp of this evil presence. Desperate, I reached for the flashlight in my pocket, flicking it on and shining it directly at the shadow. The creature recoiled, its form flickering in the light, and I could feel its grip on me loosen. With a surge of adrenaline, I wrenched myself free from the darkness and sprinted back towards my house. The wind howled and the rain continued to pour, but I didn't let it slow me down. I could feel the shadow pursuing me, its twisted form darting between the trees, a constant reminder that it was never far behind. As I reached the edge of the woods, I caught a glimpse of my house in the distance. The sight of it filled me with a renewed sense of hope, and I pushed myself harder, determined to escape the nightmare that had unfolded in the woods. Finally, I burst through my back door, slamming it shut behind me and collapsing to the floor, gasping for breath. I had made it home, but I knew I wasn't safe. The shadow within the woods was still out there, waiting for its chance to strike again. And that, my friends, was the terrifying tale of the shadow within the woods. What would you do if you found something otherworldly lurking in the darkness behind your home? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this chilling story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more spine-tingling tales. Until next time, stay safe and keep an eye on the shadows. Remember to always trust your instincts and never venture into the unknown alone. Who knows what might be lurking out there just beyond the reach of our flashlights.